welcome back to another episode of Whitney's World Podcast. I'm your host, Whitney Morgan Ward, and I am so thankful that you are here wherever you're at on this planet. Thank you so much for tuning in. Thank you for being a part of Whitney's World and my journey as we journey through the stars together. Guys, this is episode 48. 48. I have been on this journey for almost an entire year. June will be an entire year that I've been podcasting. I've been putting something out every single Wednesday. And let me tell you, this has been the greatest thing I've ever done. This has challenged me on a level that I cannot even explain to you guys, but I am so thankful. And I really cannot imagine my world, my life without this podcast and now my YouTube channel. I'm seriously so thankful. So wherever you're at, please subscribe to my YouTube channel, like and comment. I really appreciate it. I'm so thankful for everyone that is supporting me. And this is the beginning, and you guys are here from the start. And if you think I'm giving up, I'm not. So you're going to see the progression, and you are going to be my day ones. And one day I'm going to throw a huge party for you guys. So please take a moment, subscribe to my channel. If you're on Apple Podcasts or Spotify, please leave me a review, 5 stars, a great comment. I read them. I love them. I feel you. I see you. I'm so thankful for you. You guys are amazing. So don't forget to support your girl in any way you can. Seriously, it means the world. It takes a lot of effort to put this show out. It takes a lot of effort to come up with something every week, to be vulnerable, to bring you guys the best that I can bring you. So your support means everything. And like I said, I can see you. So thank you. Okay, so I want to hit on last week. Okay, last week I turned 31. Last week I talked about how I really am trying to let my inner child play more and be more playful and have more fun. And I told you guys that I was going to volleyball last Monday when I recorded, and that I was going to go tomorrow is what I said. And let me tell you guys, I went. I put a video on my Instagram and on my TikTok of me before volleyball in my car. I was so nervous. My face was flushed. And I can't tell you guys how freaking scared I was, because there was all these people playing volleyball and I didn't know a single person. So I walked up to the volleyball courts. This is just a quick story. And I saw these 2 girls playing. And by the way, I've talked to a lot of people, and a lot of people say, yeah, just show up, ask to play. It's no big deal, whatever. So there's all these people playing, lots of guys playing on their courts. And I'm not trying to ask like guys. It's way too intimidating. So I found these 2 girls playing with these guys. I walk up and I'm like, hey guys, like I'm Whitney. How does this work? Like, can I rotate with you guys? Can I play? And one of the girls just stared at me, and she's like literally stood there with her mouth wide open. And I'm like, well, this is weird. And the one guy next to her is like, well, I think I'm leaving soon, which he didn't. It's okay. Maybe he thought he was going to leave. But they were like, basically told me, no, I couldn't play with them. So in my head, I was like, listen, Whitney Ward, you did not come here to get rejected. You came here to play. So I saw another girl, and she was like on the outside, and I was like, well, maybe she's rotating in. So I walk up, and she's super sweet, and she was pregnant. She's really pregnant. Like her baby's coming in like a month or 2. And I was like, hey, like, how does this work? I'm never played here. I used to play in high school, but I really want to play. And how does this work? And she's like, oh, those 3 guys. She's like, you just need to like jump in. And I told her about the other people. She's like, that's weird. And so she like called these other 3 guys, and they're like, do you guys need a player? And they were like, yeah, because they play a lot of times 2. So it's 2 people on each side. So I end up hopping right in. I'm playing with these guys. They're so sweet. And Jim was my partner, and he was helping me, and he was coaching me, and he was like teaching me the rules, because beach volleyball is different than like volleyball when I played in high school. And I forgot all the rules. And so he's like telling me the rules as I go on. And it was so amazing, guys. I immediately made friends, which, well, not immediately, because immediately I pretty much got rejected, and they didn't help me at all. And that was super weird. But then I kept going, and I was like, I'm not leaving until I get to play. Like, I'm playing. And so I ended up like playing. I think I played 4 or 5 games that day. And then I met all these people. And then I got added to a WhatsApp group in the like beach volleyball. And so now every day, like they're playing right now. And every day I'm like getting text who's playing. And sometimes I go, and I went 4 times last week. I met like so many new friends. I have this whole new world that was opened up to me just because I followed my heart. I was brave, and I went and asked to play. Now, you guys might be thinking like, it's not that big of a deal. Just go ask to play. And if you're like that, I love that for you. Like, I'm coming into that more, that confidence, just not caring. There's a lot of people in this world that would never, ever, ever do what I did. And I'm here to tell you that you should. So if something's calling you that you want to do, just be brave, get out of your comfort zone, because after you do, your world is literally going to open up for you. So that's my exciting thing. I wanted to tell you guys about that. And I wanted to tell you that I'm finally officially a beach volleyball player. In a couple weeks, I'm going to be super tan. So I love that for me. And I love that for all of you, because you're going to all be tan too, because it is summer. And I'm super pumped. I am super excited. And everyone loves to be tan. We're going to talk today about being single and not dating. And if you are on a personal development path, which is what I'm on, I'm currently obsessed with personal development, being the best version of myself that I can be, really being in my full alignment with like who I am and what I came here to do. And personal development is a huge obsession of mine right now. And I literally can't get enough of it. And what I want to talk about is being single. And are you tired of dating and it not going anywhere? Are you tired of dating, I don't know, people that you shouldn't be dating? Are you tired of putting yourself in positions that don't actually serve your highest and best self? Are you looking for actual true happiness, but you keep like hitting this wall and not being able to find it? Well, I understand. I've been down that path, and I was still going down that path until like December of last year. So like 5 months ago. And I came to this realization that I want to just embody and be the best version of myself that I can be. And I feel like for me to do that, I need to completely 170 million% focus on me and stop searching for anything outside of me. And I really want to talk to you guys about why, if you're single and you're listening to this, or maybe you need to send this to someone, why you really need to stop dating and start finding yourself. Because if you're listening to this, you're on the personal development roller coaster, because it's a roller coaster, but eventually you end up just like smooth sailing, and not forever. You know, you're always going to have your ups and downs, but you will hit a point where you're like, oh my gosh, like what is going on? And then it gets better and you can just start to coast. Okay. But the personal development stage is definitely a wild one, but it also makes it exciting. So, what does it mean to stop dating and find yourself? It's all about focusing on self discovery and personal growth, and ultimately leading to more fulfilling relationships, which we all want. All of us want that. Instead of constantly searching for someone else to complete us, we focus on becoming the best version of ourselves first. Okay, guys, this is what I'm talking about. So I've already said I'm single. Currently, right now in this moment, I am not dating and I have no interest in dating. I am on the path to genuinely searching inside of me. And this is 100% a complete personal decision that I've made. But I want to really know who I am. And I want that to feel so good. And I want to feel happy with myself, because if I'm not happy with myself, then someone will come into my life, and that's going to happen eventually. But someone will come into my life and they may make me happier. But if I'm not happy with who I am and I don't genuinely love myself, there's going to be issues, bumps in the road. There's going to start being drama. There's going to be issues that happen because I don't know who I am. Now, there are times, and I am obviously talking to single people. If you are in a relationship or married, I'm not talking to you because I can't relate with that. And if you don't know yourself, you're going to find yourself with that person. You're going to have to. I don't think it's going to be as easy as when you're single. That's why we should be doing this now. But I am talking to single people right now. And there is a personal power that you feel within yourself when you're working towards your goals and what you want. And for me, I am an all or nothing type of person. So in relationships, like I really give it all. And it's hard for me to like compartmentalize my life especially when I'm in a relationship. I mean, even in general, it's hard to do that. But like for me, it's like next level when I'm in a relationship. Like I just want to like give, give, give. But then it's like, I don't really have anything left for me. And now that I'm on this personal development roller coaster, I am realizing, and I've really taken a step back to just be like, I'm good with being me. I'm good with being where I'm at. I have so many goals, and I really am good with following my goals and seeing what happens and continuing to grow and build my life and get what I want. Me do it. I've definitely in my past felt like I was going to get what I wanted by being with a certain type of person. And that's not the path for me. Like I need to go get what I want for me. And whoever comes alongside of me, they will have done the same thing. But I need to focus on my goals and what I want. And I know that I can get there and I will do it. And again, eventually the right person comes. But right now, I think that there's just so much power in being single and learning to be grounded in who I am and loving myself like on a whole nother level that I've never in my life felt or done until very recently. Like recently, guys. I'm talking like these past few months, actually really embodying who I am and what I want and how I want to show up in the world. And like for me personally, relationships block me from where I want to go in my goals. And once I get there, then it's time to for the next level. But as of now, like I just really don't think there's anything wrong with being single. Like I think that there's so much power in being single, and there's so much more world, I feel like right now, that can be opened up to you when you're just like doing you and you're being the best version of yourself and you're following your goals and you're going after those things and you're building and you're growing and you're working towards something greater for you and for your future. I have people, and this is weird too. So obviously I sell real estate, and I have people, I feel like on a constant basis, that tell me, don't get married and don't have kids. A lot. And it always is so weird to me because I'm like, I just think that's such a weird thing to say because we're designed for that. We're designed for relationship and to reproduce. So that notion of don't get married and don't have kids, like, first of all, that's a personal choice 100%. And if you don't want to get married and have kids, like, you choose that. But like, to project that onto me when eventually I do want to get married and I definitely want to have children and I want to experience that. Like, we're made for that. So it always is weird to me when I hear people say that to me, especially people that have kids and are married. And I like always think, I'm like, okay, so how do I get to the point in my life that I don't say that? How do I get to the point in my life where I tell people, you should get married and have kids? It's amazing. Well, guys, this is how you do it. You be single and you find yourself and you build yourself and you love yourself and you find happiness from within. And then you attract your special person, your right person, that person that is also going to attract you because they've been on the same path that you have with being single, building themselves, building their life, knowing that when the right person comes, like, that person's going to come. And so I really want to like crush the notion of people telling other people what not to do. And I've learned, and you probably know too, that like life's a mirror. So people will, what you're seeing is like what you're going through. And I don't know why I keep like hearing this. And maybe it's because I'm supposed to find this answer. Like maybe, this is the mirror that I'm supposed to look into to figure out, like I just said, how do I, when I'm at that stage in my life, married and with children, how do I not project onto people to not do what I did? I want to like my parents are still married. Shout out to Tim and Lisa. 34 years of marriage yesterday, guys. That's crazy. And they will tell you to get married and to have kids. So why do we have these like conflicting things? Like, there's such a push in our society to get married and have children, but then there's like this pull that tries to like pull it away from you. Like, once you achieve that, it's like, oh, but don't do it. Like, why do we have this conflicting war going on in our society? And I would love to know in the comments if this is not your experience, because it is, obviously not 100%, but with how many people I meet, I hear this so much. And if I didn't have such good role models like my parents, it'd probably be disheartening to me. So how do we move through that? The way that we move through this is by finding yourself, being okay with being alone, and not seeking for someone to complete you and to be your other half. You have to be whole and you have to be complete, and you have to complete yourself first so that you can genuinely attract the right person and live life for the long haul with them. And I do believe that there's just so many people that get married and have kids, but they don't know who they are and they don't know what they want. Like it's almost like a trap at the beginning to keep you from finding your true self, because kids are amazing. And so many of my friends are moms, and marriage is beautiful and it's necessary. And I believe that it's needed. And I really want to move past that like fear mongering people into not eventually like getting married and having kids and projecting like it's this like thing that people shouldn't do and it like steals your life and takes from you. Now, it probably will if you don't find yourself first and if you don't cultivate genuine self-love within yourself, and if you don't learn how to fill your own cup, that's a big problem too. So, the dating world is tough, guys. And if you're happily married, good for you. You made it. You did it. But I do believe that the dating world is so tough because people are so lost and seeking validation from others, and they're struggling to find genuine connections. And the key to better relationships is not finding the right person. It is becoming the right person. You have to become what you want to attract. And I know this is like cliche, but this is like true for me. For me personally, I want to become the best version of myself. And I want to find someone that is the best version of themselves. And I want to be with someone that is a leader and someone that is healthy and embodying the best that they can be. And if I want that, I have to also do that in my life. I have to continue to be the best version of myself that I can be. I have to work on being healthy. I have to work on cultivating better leadership skills. And I want to be with someone that is like me. And again, to really be with that person, you have to embody those characteristics. That also, you have to, if you want to attract that, like if you say, well, I don't want to date someone that drinks or drinks a lot, then you're not going to be able to do that either, because you're going to attract each other because you're like-minded. And so there's a lot of shifts and changes you're going to need to make in order to attract that person that you want. And when you start becoming that person, your life is going to shift in ways that you don't even know possible. And when you start realizing that you are what you need, there's a lot of beauty in that. And yesterday I was talking to my parents on the phone, and I was just blabbing on about everything that, things I'm going through and learning. It was their anniversary. And I was telling my mom, like, I'm just finally content with myself. Like, I'm finally content on this path. I'm finally content with being me and this one. And I chose to find myself, my true self, and I still am. And I chose my own path of finding my own happiness in my own way and creating something different and doing something different that I felt called to do. And that's just something so cool that's shifted in me that I've like realized. Because again, on the path of self-discovery, it is like a roller coaster. Like you have all these emotions and all these like ups and downs and twists and turns, and eventually it does come back to full circle, and you realize like that's why I went through that. I had to go through that to be here. I had to go through that breakup or that relationship or that hurt or pain to find my true self. Even like around Christmas time, I didn't feel like this. I felt like I wanted help. Like I was just over doing it all by myself and like everything being alone, and now I don't feel like that anymore. Like I'm excited to be here and to be sharing this message with you. And if you are struggling with like wanting to be alone, just keep going. Just keep focusing on doing things that make you feel good and continuing to up level yourself and keep yourself distracted with things that make you feel good, hobbies, new projects. Like maybe you're supposed to be on your own journey and this is your time, because what you will meet someone and you will have children, or you'll meet someone and then you won't have this time anymore. And this time is so powerful and so many people don't get it. And I've realized that like there's so many people in this world and in this lifetime that never get this moment because they had kids young or they got married young or whatever it is. There are so many people that don't get this. So if you've got this, use this, because this is your time and you're supposed to do something special with it. And you're supposed to like propel yourself forward, and you're supposed to create. I genuinely believe you're supposed to create something in this time of being single and discovering your true self. So when we take time to understand ourselves, our needs, and our boundaries, we are better equipped to communicate effectively and build strong and meaningful relationships. When you start to really take care of yourself and focus on you, your world will start reflecting really cool things back to you. You'll start to get blessed in places that you never knew blessings would come from, because again, your inner world is a reflection of your outer world. And so when you really, really, really start to understand yourself and you start to have more self-love and you start to have boundaries for yourself and like people and relationships, you are going to be equipped so much better in all ways of life than most people. And you will build really strong, meaningful relationships. Like it will happen because you are starting to look within and make yourself the best version that you can with no excuses. And that takes time to get there. And, you know, it takes stages, but eventually you will literally be making yourself happy. And when you can make yourself happy, it's weird. Like the world starts to see you different. People start to see you different. People want to, and then they'll want to hang out with you and they'll want to be around you more because you make yourself happy. And there's not a lot of that in the world. There's not a lot of people that are actually genuinely happy. And it's sad. But that's also a choice. Like, you choose that life. Like, you can change. You can start to change that. But some people never do. Some people will never make themselves happy. Some people will just stay miserable forever, but not us. And when you truly make yourself happy, no one can ever take your happiness away. But if you don't make yourself happy, then you're giving your power and your control away to people, and you think that that's your happiness. And then that will get used and abused, and then you're not happy because you've given your happiness away, because you're not even happy no matter what. But if you're happy inside, genuinely, then it doesn't matter. Like, people can't take it from you because you haven't given that power away. You are holding that power. And that's really, really special and powerful. And you've cultivated such a powerful bond with yourself, in that you've got you and you love you, and then you become your best friend. And that's something that like shifted for me recently too, is like self-love and taking care of myself and loving myself and talking good to myself and talking myself up. Like, I'm my best friend. I have to be. I have to be my best friend. It really doesn't make sense now that I understand. It doesn't make sense that you wouldn't be yourselves. You wouldn't be your own best friend, and like, we can tell our best friends and people like the greatest, nicest things, but then we tell ourselves horrible things. Like, why is that? We really have to change that. And I really believe that the way to change it is from starting with yourself and prioritizing yourself, your growth, your happiness, respecting ourselves for all the changes we've made, all the strides that we've made, all the good things that we've done, and understanding that it's really special to be on this side. It's really special to be good and just okay with being single. It's not forever. Everything's temporary. But what you resist persists. So if you're also single and you're hating it and just resisting like being single, and you're always searching for someone to talk to you and tell you things and complicate your life, really, then that is just going to continue to persist. And what's happening is like your world's trying to like shake you up and wake you up to be like, will you just love me? Will you just like stop with all that? Will you just like be okay? Like, your inner world is trying to tell you this. And I kept dating toxic men after toxic men, and it was because of me. I was choosing that, I wasn't loving myself. I wasn't setting boundaries for myself. I wasn't protecting myself. I wasn't loving myself. And therefore I kept dating men that weren't good for me. And now it's completely different. Like, I have so much more self-respect and self-love, and that's not going to happen again, because I've been doing so much inner work and I do love myself so much more. But I had to go through all of that to wake me up. And then I had to make the choice to change and to accept where I was in life and not try to go get something else or find something else or do something else because I was uncomfortable with where I needed to be. And if you are single, you probably need to be here. So just learn from it. It's not going to be forever. But dive into it, feel it, appreciate it. Because how many people on the other side are going to tell you don't do it? Don't be like them. Use this time. Find yourself. Get what you want. Go after your goals. And then you'll attract the right person. And then you'll be on the other side. Like, all you got to do is find yourself, and then you can have kids and you'll attract the right person. I think. No, I'm just kidding. I know that. I know that that is the secret. And it's not taught, which is crazy. Self-love is not taught in our society. Self-hate is literally taught in our society. Not being enough, distracting yourself, that's all taught in our society. Not focus on what makes you feel good and love yourself deeply, and then everything will fall into place in life. And you will become a magnet for everything that you're meant to be a magnet for. It's not taught. Pretty much, guys, in conclusion, that's kind of it. Taking a break from dating and working on yourself to have the best up level in your life can have a profound impact in the lives of others, and obviously your life. That's like the number one key here. But when you're good, like, you'll reflect the goodness out to others. And by investing in ourselves, we not only enhance our relationships with the others, but cultivate a deeper sense of fulfillment and happiness within. And when you are happy within, your outer world will reflect that as well. I'm telling you, it's true. So maybe you are feeling a call to take a break with someone, do it. If you feel called, follow that. Because if I've learned anything, I've learned that when you don't follow your heart and you go against it, it's just going to come back harder and harder until you do it. I promise that. You don't know what's on the other side of like a break. So you got to go figure out what's on the other side. And if that person's meant for you, they'll come back. And if not, then there's someone else. If you're on a break with someone, focus on you. Focus on you. Focus on you. And if you focus on you, they're going to come back. There's so much freedom in what I'm saying, being single and being okay with that. It is really, really, really powerful. And allowing yourself to pause, finding yourself before being with someone. I really hope that you try it. And I would love to know how your experience is with it. So I encourage you to reflect on your own dating experiences. Have you been prioritizing your growth, your happiness? Share your comments below. And don't forget to check out all my other videos on self-discovery, transformation, self-love, finding a new path, breaking career blocks. I have so many videos for you guys. So check out my other videos. Please subscribe to my channel. And I really hope that you can find happiness and solitude in being alone and being single and cultivating so much love for yourself, because when you do that, you will that person, that special person, that right person is going to come to you, and you'll be like a magnet, and it will be like the most incredible thing because you are in your truest, most fullest alignment. And I can't wait for you guys to see who I end up with one day. That's going to be cool. And you guys get to see it, and you get to be a part of it in my journey. And I love that. I think that is so powerful, and I love it. I can't wait to see. Like, I'll be able to watch this back with him, and it's going to be so cool. So thank you guys for tuning in. I really hope that this helped you, especially if you're in like a place where you're not really wanting to be single or struggling with it, go distract yourself and go play some beach volleyball and just love yourself. Be your best friend. Everything is going to be so amazing, and it's all going to work out for you. So I love you guys very, very, very much. Thank you for tuning in to Whitney's World Podcast. This is episode number 48. I will see you all next week. I love you. 5, 6, 7, 8. Let's go. Bruh.